We are at Montezuma. No, we're at the Montezuma National Monument today. It's National Parks Week, so all the parks are free today, which is really nice. We're getting free anyway, but it's Mom's senior park pass. This is the little museum here. Some more Assiniboia homes, Montezuma. It's about the natural resources. Montezuma. Gift shop. We'll go out here and see what we got. Years of inspiring awe. It's the 100th year, the 100th. Oh, good, yeah, a couple of those. Nobody's going to come and bother him for sure. Bark Ranger program. Ask a ranger how the program works and get your tag today. Oh, how cute! You can get a doggy tag. You can get a dog tag for your dog. Today? It says Bark Ranger program.
Why didn't you get one?
I don't know. I should ask about it. Get Shaggy a Bark Ranger. I don't know if it's like the Junior Ranger program. I wonder if you write down all the trails they've been on. We could have brought him. There's grass. Well, we could have brought Shaggy. Maybe I'll go get him. So we just signed Shaggy up for the, he's a Bark Ranger now. Really cute. It says, bag your poop. He had to take an oath. It says, bag your poop, always wear a leash, respect wildlife, and know where you can go. That was really cute. But we signed him up as a Bark Ranger. I'm going to give him a little tag here when we go back in. And so.
That's not thirsty. Thirsty's water.
I know, that's caffeine. No, but I had
and now we're walking down the trail. It's real pretty. This is Montezuma. The mountains up there. Look how blue that sky is today. Just amazing. So beautiful today. Oh, we got flax to read. Probably stuff we've read about. Fortified food and fuel. Four-winged salt bush. Named for the four-winged bracts on its fruit. This common high desert shrub provides food and medicine and is burned during ceremonies. The leaves, young shoots, seeds, and fruit are edible. Sunni leaves make a baking soda and enhance the blue coloring of Hopi pikey bread, along with fortifying baked goods with calcium and minerals. When chewed and applied to insect stings, the leaves can relieve pain. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, look at this cool tree over here. The little rocks. There's rocks at the base of it. Look at that tree. They got sycamores here. Had no idea. I guess it's a sycamore. It looks like our sycamores in Tennessee. Yep, sycamore. It's a slightly different type. Different variety. Up there, this is another Sangwai home monument where people used to live in the rocks up there. This was Montezuma. Quite an undertaking to build that up there.
Look at this hole in the tree.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's a growth defect and The little animals probably made real good use of it. Another sign over here to read about. Old timer. Creosote bush. Among the oldest plants on earth, some stands of creosote grow in the same place for thousands of years. The roots aggressively soak up water, and a resin coating on the leaves reduces moisture loss and gives the plant a distinctive smell that intensifies after rain. Creosote is a pharmaceutical wonder, treating common complaints like infections, toothaches, dandruff, colds, body odor, nausea, chickenpox, and sprains. Ooh, it does smell funny. There's some. Interesting.
Here's another sign.
Do not feed squirrels. Don't feed the
there?
squirrels. I know, that's what I was looking at. The castle. Isn't that cool? Look at these rocks. Rock wall's very cool.
Man, how in the world they get up there?
They climbed. They had ladders. They made wood ladders with wood, and they.
There's another hole down lower.
Yeah, they had wooden ladders that they made, wooden ropes or vines or whatever they used. This is amazing. It's did all kinds of weather, I'm sure. Take a picture. Yeah, I just let all these people come through. I'm gonna take some pictures anyway. Very cool though. I zoomed in so we could see a little better. But you can see all the little compartments in different places, rooms and different things, storage probably. But it reminds me of like a dirt dauber's nest or something like that, you know. And that's probably where they got the idea of it from nature, from somewhere. Termite mounds or something. It's very neat. It's very, very, very neat. There, Creekside Community. Nestled between approximately 1100 and 1400, the castle neighborhood also included a larger pueblo and numerous small alcove homes in the cliff face along Beaver Creek. Nestled in a limestone cliff overlooking the creek, Montezuma Castle could have housed about 35 people, including families in nearby pueblos and rock shelters. Perhaps 150 to 200 people made up this community. In turn, these people belonged to a network of villages united by kinship, agriculture, and cultural traditions that stretched dozens of miles along the Verde River and its tributaries, including Beaver Creek, the Mongolon rim to the Black Hills. Archaeologists call this the Southern Singwai Culture Area. These farming communities thrived until around 1350 to 1400, when people began leaving the Verde Valley, moving toward other population centers to the north and east, including those along the Little Colorado River and the Hopi Mass. You can see Castle A, Cabot rooms. There's the creek. Very pretty. So head on down here. Mom and Shaggy found a bench. There it is up there. You can see the little windows and stuff. Very pretty. Got a hole over there in the wall. That's beautiful.
They all start blending together. So then I started leaving all
There's
these
Shaggums.
empty spots on my sheet.
Hey, Shaggy.
So some of the people that had memories could look at every one of those maples.
Look at that. Beautiful. Sky. Zoom in again. Get a good shot of it. There's a hole over there. Pretty cool. Another sign to read. To construct their cliff home, residents made use of a naturally eroded alcove and fit 20 rooms into the shape of its contours. Why build a home on a cliff face? There are many possibilities. Proximity to water and farmland, to stay above floods, or for protection. The view, or the southern exposure, that afforded winter solar heat and summer shade. A ready-made shelter also meant fewer walls and roofs to construct for housing, storage, workspace, customs and rituals. To organize and partition the alcove space, builders created walls with river cobbles and limestone, held together with mud plaster covered and sealed the walls. For roof beams and floors between multi-storied rooms, they mostly used local sycamore, along with some alder and ash, but also carried in fir and pine from a distance. Original roof beams protruding from the wall to the right of the tower, and the large beam ending in the wall above the tower, provide a sense of scale. The castle is not as high up or as large as it might appear. Each group living in the castle likely had their own room with roughly 140 square feet, or about 17.5 feet by 8 feet on average. Ceilings were about 5 feet. Peepholes and doorways provided light in the morning and early afternoon, but rooms were dark in the late afternoon and evening. Women or children likely did the plastering, including annual patching of exterior walls that eroded easily. Their handprints were still visible in the plaster today. Oh, I'm sorry. It's okay. Oh. See the little windows. Pretty here. Wait. Alright, we'll come back and read that sign later. Just too many people there. A little outdoor amphitheater thing. I guess they do a program there. So we'll go down here and read this other sign. There's just a lot of people at that one. It's about the care and upkeep. A loft but not alone. Water, shelter, building materials, arable land, and other environmental conditions made the Verde Valley an ideal place to live. Montezuma Castle is the most obvious structure here, but it was part of a larger community that included rooms here and a castle A to your left. The loose stones at the top of the small hill in front of you are the remnants of 8 to 10 Pueblo rooms.
Wie man Stimmen hört, gell?
The loose stones at the top of the small hill in front of you are the remnants of 8 to 10 Pueblo rooms. Because of the bountiful resources, scattered small farming villages developed from roughly 600 to 1100, followed by larger settlements like the castle complex by 1200. Communities extended all along the Verde River and its tributaries, which had floodplains for cultivating crops. These drainages were also travel corridors connecting perhaps 6,000 people in the valley to large populations to the northeast and south. In choosing where to live, people used the natural landscape to their advantage and built a variety of dwellings. In earlier times, pit houses, semi-subterranean homes were common. Later, small alcoves, like those at Montezuma Well, were walled off for dwellings and storage. Mesas and hilltops provided space for large pueblos like Tuzigoot, and farmers built informal structures near their fields for shelter during planting and harvest. Very neat. I guess that was another one there, or the whole crawl space one. I reckon. Well, forest flower. The Verde River is home to mesquite, bosque Spanish, for small forests. This sprawling tree was a critical resource for Verde Valley people. The seeds and pods were ground into meal and baked into cakes that provided staple protein. Mesquite sap was used as candy resin and adhesives. Parts of the tree have medicinal properties that treat eye and skin ailments as well as the common cold. That's these right here, I reckon. Mesquite. Oh, look at these beautiful little flowers. Oh, how pretty. Look at that. Oh, oh, there's little Shaggy up there. Picture of these pretty little flowers. It's beautiful. Oh, look, there's some little holes in the wall over there, too. This whole thing must be hollow. Or pretty hollow, anyway. Very neat. Look at those. Oh, those are beautiful. This castle is supported by Arizona sycamore. I thought they were a little different variety than ours, but they're Arizona variety. Creating a giant umbrella of huge spreading branches, white bark, and a broad open crown with star-shaped leaves reaching 120 feet. This beauty is one of Arizona's largest trees. Seasoned logs can last for centuries. The roofs of Montezuma Castle are still supported by sycamore beams today, 700 years after construction. Beautiful. There they are. It's a cool rock. Yeah, they're cold. They're like ours. We've got those at the house. We had those down by the creek. Just different variety.
She charges $1 for each pet.
Too steep for wheeled vehicles. Oh yeah, it goes up there. Close to it. Oh, look up here. That's cool. Isn't that very cool? Oh wow, this is beautiful. Shaggy's getting petted. He wants him to keep doing it. This cliff may seem a featureless stone face with a few holes and broken walls, but look closely and the rocks reveal the outline of a once large and vibrant neighborhood to Montezuma Castle.
People next door? There's 5 more. She's taking. There's 5 more.
Look at that sky. Oh, there's a
What are you doing?
scavenger eagle. The sun. Beautiful.
There's 5 floors, not 4. What do you think about this, Mom? This is a 5-floor house. Oh, look, the butterfly!
What do you think about
Monarch.
so far?
Monarch butterfly.
But do you know?
The green grass.
Do you know that there's
Climb up, put some flavor. Hey, over there. There we go. Wait, there's a hole.
say about millions.
All over there.
Hey, wait up!
Very cool. What a beautiful place. Oh, I hear music. Flute.
Ja, die haben wir schon.
Ja, hier auch. Tuzigoot gesehen?
Ja.
Ja, aha. Yes, but it's so easy. But it looks so climbable though. It was made for me to climb it.
When did you hear about it? You could climb in before we got here.
I know you.
There's no evidence of your findings.
And in the castle too.
Yeah? in that pretty castle.
Oh, look over here.
This was the rooms too.
It's fine take out for now.
Beautiful. Oh, it's hot in the sun. Very hot in the sun. The music. If it was quiet, I could hear it. Someone must be playing the flute down there. Oh no, I hear a flute. I hear native music. Oh, I should go back and see if someone is playing the flute. Sounds beautiful. Didn't get to read that sign, but it was about the neighborhood and stuff. Basically the same as Walnut Canyon. I think someone is playing the flute. I think somebody's playing the flute back there.
Huh?
I think somebody's playing a flute somewhere. I hear flute music.
Were you down here when the two little boys asked for dinner?
Yeah, I heard him.
And his daddy, or granddaddy,
Could charge $1.
said $1. Well, they just walked by, and the little boy says, "Hey again," and he says, "You touch that dog, it'll be $2."
Alcoves and cavettes. Abandoned alcoves and rock shelters found in cliffs throughout the Verde Valley served as homes, storage units, and spiritual sites. Wind and water have sculpted countless alcoves and holes, crannies in the limestone. Oh, the other one was also about looters, how they had come in and just tore it all up. Wait a minute. Cat claw mimosa. Dense hook-shaped spines on the branches of this shrub give it the nickname, wait a minute bush. Due to its ability to hold up unwary hikers by catching their clothing, it is sometimes called the cat claw mimosa, not to be confused with the cat claw acacia. Its taller yellow-flowered tree-like cousin in summertime. The round, whitish pink blossoms attract honeybees seeking its rich nectar.
Hey, over here. Let's go over here.
Huh? Some more yellow flowers. Beautiful. I want to go back and hear the flute player. We're going to head back that way here in just a second. One more little sign over here.
Mommy, that dog's named Shaggy.
Lifeline. Beaver Creek has always been a major focus of life in the Verde Valley. Prehistoric Senegal farmers constructed Montezuma Castle and other structures near the creek. They dug ditches to carry creek water to irrigate the fields of corn, beans, squash, and cotton. They cultivated on flat patches of creek bottom land. They also hunted animals attracted by the creek and gathered creekside plants. Ever sensitive to the moods of Beaver Creek because their lives literally depended on it. The Senegal watched their lifeline change with the seasons. Sometimes, seemingly in the blink of an eye, the gentle clear meander grew into a raging, muddy torrent, leaving debris stranded high in creekside trees. Creek. Beautiful. Beautiful. Alright, let's head back this way.
Oh, yeah.
He's getting thirsty.
Okay. Growing a livelihood. Just a second. I'll get him some water. Many details of life in the settlement will never be fully known. It is clear that farming, craft, and trade thrived here. The space where you have been walking was a small part of the farmland cultivated by the people of Montezuma Castle. Crops provided more than food. The economy of the castle community may have been based largely on trade and craft specialization, including cotton weaving. Textiles were important for everyday use, trade, and ceremonies, so the demand for cotton was high. People also transplanted and cultivated agave to provide fibers for making strong twine used in ropes, nets, cords, bags, and sandals. Roasted agave hearts made a sweet food with calories equal to corn. Archaeological sites in the valley yield abundant fiber cordage and numerous stone knives for harvesting and processing agave. This plant is still important to the Yavapai and Apache cultures and is celebrated in modern agave harvests and roasts. Oh, beautiful. Look at that. How peaceful. Oh, how beautiful. Alright, I'll walk on. A little bit further to go. Really glad we did this today. We started not to, and then I said, oh, let's go ahead and do it. So Mom's like, yeah, let's go. She said, I want to go too. So we came on. We'll listen to that. Some kind of a bug mimicking a rattlesnake. Trying to anyway. kind of a weak rattlesnake sound there, but that's what they do. Oh, there's another one over here somewhere. Is this a locust or something, I guess? I don't know. It's funny. Oh, it's probably cicada. I hear cicadas. There's a different variety of cicadas than we have. A little sign about the Arizona walnut. Hard nut to crack. Tree offers more than shelter and shade. Flavor released from cracking these small walnuts is well worth the effort. Aptly named Nuts You Pound by the Western Apaches. Nihi. The thick green husks were also ground to produce a golden paint, cloth, and hair dye. Here's the cicadas. Look at that sky. It's just so beautiful. Nice. Western soapberry. This one. Translucent yellow fruits of this small tree look appealing, but contain poisonous saponins that can be harmful if ingested and may irritate skin. However, if prepared properly, the fruits produce soap that has long been used for laundry, shampoo, and hand washing. The leaves and stems can be made into an infusion to treat coughs, fevers, and arthritis pain. This is this one.
Inside the well, when you stay out of the cave. I don't know if they're going to tell you there. If you see anyone, don't go in the cave.
Okay.
And then the other trail, spur trail, is the outlet, which goes down to the irrigation ditch. Where the water comes out of goes into an irrigation ditch.
That's cool.
Goes to water the crops that Grandma has. It's about a 1,000-year-old irrigation ditch. You can imagine it was quite a project. It went 7 miles.
Yeah.
7 miles of irrigation ditch, and it's still in use.
Yeah.
It's pretty amazing.
Okay, cool.
And then the other one you guys are advertising,
Tuzigoot.
Tuzigoot.
So Tuzigoot is a 110-room hilltop pueblo located in Clarkdale. It's on the way to Jerome. Have you heard of Jerome?
I saw signs for it.
Jerome's an old mining town. You might want to go there also.
Is it
It's
close
an
to here, or?
It's very close to there. It's on the...
Woman awaits the returning hunters who bring wild game as variety to the village diet.
Awesome.
We
the little
encourage you
people.
to think beyond ancient stone walls and vacant rooms to the remains of a once vibrant village. A village of people who experience wants and needs, anxieties and fears, joys and sorrows, just as you and I today.
We'll start it over and listen to it.
Imagine yourself visiting here over 7 centuries ago and receiving an invitation into this cliff-dwelling home. What you would have seen might well have been something like this cutaway model of Montezuma Castle. On the top floor, the elderly village lookout keeps his solitary vigil. His eyes search for approaching danger to those working the fields below the castle. It seems that over the ages, children and their actions change very little. On the 4th floor, you'll find a concerned mother scurrying to reach her adventuresome son, precariously balanced on the edge of the roof.
Oh my goodness.
On the 3rd floor, an aging man leads his blind wife across the balcony. You'll also meet women busily preparing food, getting supplies from storerooms, making pottery and grinding corn. Usually women ground the corn, their staple food, only in small as-needed quantities and prepared it in various ways. Weavers use the 2nd floor loom to weave cotton breechcloths, bags, and blankets. Today, you can see examples of their varied weaving patterns in the visitor center. Villagers use the wooden ladders as stairways to carry up provisions from fields and water from Beaver Creek. On the ledge at the base of the central tower-like section, a man prepares to start a fire using a friction drill. Nearby, a young woman awaits the returning hunters who bring wild game as variety to the village diet. We encourage you to think beyond ancient stone walls and vacant rooms to the remains of a once vibrant village, a village of people who experience wants and needs, anxieties and fears, joys and sorrows, just as you and I today.
Oh, that was cool. That was pretty awesome. There's little Shaggy. Shaggy! Little bark ranger.
Get that one?
Huh?
Huh?
Yeah.
Here's real nice.
Oh, here's another one.
He says, he asked me.
Imperial Feast. Netleaf hackberry. The netleaf hackberry is a host plant for the caterpillar of the hackberry emperor butterfly. In the fall, the plant produces high calcium berries that people eat raw or in jelly. The leaves treat indigestion. The bark can be woven into a sturdy pair of sandals, and a mix of leaves and bark makes a dark brown and red dye. Mites and fungi often form bushy growth in hackberry branches called witch's broom. Oh. Oh, there. Some fungi. Oh, geez. Scratching bush. Oh, here's the other cat claw. Acacia. Watch out, the Apache name for this large shrub, O ilgoix, means a bush that scratches you. Notice its sharp claw-like thorns. On long journeys, ancient travelers relied on the fruits for food. The green seed pods can be eaten fresh or dried or ground into flour to make mush, cakes, or bread. The branches make good drumsticks and furniture. Bees that feed on the blossoms produce a delicate and distinctive honey.
What is it? Evan, you have to give us a definition or we can't fight over it.
The doctrine.
Oh, those are pretty. Little trumpet flowers. Those pretty? Trumpet lilies. Or Jacob's trumpet, I think they're called. In some places. These are probably different ones. Oh, look at this perfect one right here. Oh, how beautiful. Perfect. Oh, look at that sky. What a beautiful sky today. Nice. Look at the sky. Look at that. Oh, it's beautiful. It's a nice trail. Kinship ties. Memories, stories, and traditions continue to bind people today to this cultural heritage site. The community surrounding Montezuma Castle was one of related households, both familial and social units. The Hopi, Parrot, Bear, Water Cloud, Bear Strap, Bluebird, and Spider clans all have oral histories about residing at Montezuma Castle. These Hopi clans are related to one another and travel together during long migrations. The Zuni say their ancestors migrated through here as well. Ancestral Kabapai in bands likely had interactions with these groups. Ancestors of the O'odham people of southern Arizona traded here, while the Tonto Apache and Yavapai consider nearby Montezuma Well their place of origin. The cultural connections to Montezuma Castle and other sites in the Verde Valley are rich and complex. Most indigenous people have long held cultural restrictions against disturbing places inhabited by ancestors. When you visit, please respect this cultural heritage, places that are living and active in the memories, stories, and traditions of people today. Oh, most definitely. One seed, many uses. One seed juniper. The one seed juniper provides fuel, shelter, light, and healing. The berries have fed both humans and animals throughout time. The wood is selected for roof beams, fence posts, and torches. The Hopi call the branches yompai and boil them for stomach ailments. One seed juniper treats pneumonia and indigestion, but too many berries act as a laxative. One of those with the really cool bark. You hear the flute music now?
Did they say they use those trumpet lilies for anything?
I didn't see a sign for the trumpet lilies.
Told me, he says there's a water leak up there under the leaking stuff. I said, oh, he's had water. I said, we keep a thing in the bag for him water. I said, he drinks water about like we do.
Oh yeah, someone is playing the flute up here.
He says,
awesome.
He says, I see you've got your bag. I said, oh yeah, I'm looking for a garbage can.
There's that nice little lady again.
I said he has his ranger badge.
What's that?
The badges are too long for them.
Yeah, but he's a park ranger, so
Yeah, he got
I might just have to get him one anyway.
Yeah, he's a park ranger. He didn't get a badge yet. But...
Because I was just...
Oh, nice. Oh, doesn't that sound beautiful?
Oh, there's a couple different woods.
Just different woods?
Yeah.
Local woods?
No, not necessarily.
Not necessarily. Okay.
The old days it would have been.
Yeah. Thank you. Sorry to interrupt.
That's all right.
Sounds beautiful. Sounds awesome. It's very beautiful. Nice. They sell his CD in the gift shop.
What?
Wow.
There's the well.
Yep, I saw a picture of it.
Sounds like the man that used to play in Phoenix at the park. Sounds like the man that used to play in Phoenix at the park.
Right there. You gotta ask him if he played in Phoenix at the park. Does he look like him?
I can't remember exactly what he looked like, but I think he does look like him.
You gotta ask him.
Alright, we're at the Montezuma well now. There's a little building there where we paid. Beautiful flag blowing in the air. We're gonna head on up here. See what this one looks like. We left Shaggy in the car on this one. Got a good, nice, shady parking spot. Nice breeze blowing, so we just left him in the car. He's pretty wore out from the last one. So we got steps on this one to go up. They do have handrails.
Yes, they do.
Mom was worried about whether they had handrails or not. And so we got a litter. Everybody's garbage.
They got a shade too.
Oh yeah, they do have a little bit of shade.
Every once in a while.
Stay on the trail, because there's snakes.
Stop.
Well, there's a parking spot. Somebody parked right behind us.
Well,
So we got a perfect spot with shade for Shaggy.
must stand shade while you read the sign.
I'm not going to read them. Like no other place. Go ahead on up. I'll catch up with you. In a region where water is scarce at Montezuma well, it rises from deep underground and flows constantly. Known and used by people throughout time, Montezuma well is a sacred landscape today, called Uvaqua Sunken Spring and Tawapa Sun Spring by the Hopi. Broken water by the Uvaqua. Water breaks open by the Western Apache.
I'm dying.
Montezuma well is a holy place of emergence in some tribal histories. The continuous current of water enabled agricultural communities to flourish here for several centuries. Dwellings date from the 1100s, when a large network of Pueblo communities formed throughout the Verde Valley. Montezuma well is significant in its cultural meanings and natural uniqueness. Ahead lie 15 million gallons of water springing from primordial origins, nestled within unique geology and providing refuge to species of animals and plants found nowhere else on the world. Any other traditional names for the well would be more appropriate than Montezuma. The Aztec emperor lived long after the site's occupation, and there is no indication he ever visited or even knew of this place. Along the 1/3 mile trail, you will see dwellings that date from 1100 to 1400, when families established farming villages here and throughout the Verde Valley. Archaeologists attribute these sites to the southern Sangwai cultural tradition. So we'll head on up the trail. Here we go. I thought it wasn't recording for a second there. It's like, oh my goodness, did I just use all my breath to read that? It's not even working. Oh, okay. Oh wow, this is beautiful up here. Look at this. Look at this. That sky, clouds. The aerial view of the place. Go slow, so don't make you dizzy, so nobody pukes. Yeah. There we go. It's always good when nobody pukes, isn't it? Yeah. Oh, this is nice. So this is spring fed. Oh, listen to that. Wow, this is pretty.
You can walk all the way to the bottom.
Wow, look at that.
There's more
Isn't that cool?
No, too bad. I can't pick it.
Oh, this way it comes out.
Are we getting transforming? It starts and goes. How cool. Where's the well? It's right there. That's not the well. Yes, it is.
Wow.
Maybe in the more outside part, but not from the, the inside part. Because that may have them. Wait, so that's a well, Mommy? That is a well?
Ancient water. That's interesting. Says the water bubbling into Montezuma well today fell as rain and snow atop the Mogollon Rim over 10,000 years ago. Between 10,000 and 13,000 years ago, precipitation atop the Mogollon Rim began percolating down through hundreds of yards of rock. Basalt flows, Coconino sandstone, Supai group, Hermit shell, and others, until it reached the relatively permeable Redwall limestone. Once there, it trickled slowly toward Montezuma. Well, here, the water reaches an underground dike of volcanic basalt that forces it back to the surface after its 10 millennium journey. Water has long played a role in building up and breaking down this land. The rock beneath your feet shows ripples of travel time. A type of limestone deposited when groundwater laden with calcium and carbon dioxide flowed over these stones. Some of the lower cliffs, about 1/3 of a mile to your left and right, are the remains of another massive dome created by an older spring, different from the one in Montezuma well. Rain falling today erodes the travel time, creating jagged, dime-sized pits and causing rare rock falls like the one inside the well to your right. The dashed line on the illustration denotes the extent of the original travel.
Look at that cactus
that?
growing right on the
Isn't that cool?
rock. This is,
Oh yeah, a prickly pear.
there's a house over here. Inside this wall.
Oh yeah, have to get a picture of that.
On the side.
I didn't bring my phone, so I'm gonna have to use yours for a couple of pictures.
You want it?
Yeah, in just a second. I'll do it when I get finished recording. Legend holds true. Many people have wondered about this mysterious pool, about its depth, its source, and its constant flow. Traditional stories of the Yavapai and Apache people say that once something emerges from the vents at the bottom of the well, it can never return. Even in times of regional drought, about 1.6 million gallons of water flow through 2 each day. The amount is fairly regular and the temperature is a nearly constant 74 degrees. Researchers have only recently determined where they believe the water originated. National Park Service dive teams continue to investigate the dark waters below. A very different world exists under the calm surface we see. Imagine diving down into the dark green water. There are no fish. Instead, thousands of freshwater leeches swim under the well's surface. At 55 feet, divers report that fine sand boils up in swirling, cascading mounds. In 2006, divers put cameras, rovers, and sensors into the vents. The legend held true. Every piece of equipment they put in was pushed back out. It's pretty interesting. There's houses over here. Look at that. Wow, lakeside property. Cool. Look at that, all the way around there. Sounds like the same guy playing the flute. Pretty.
Want my camera?
Yeah.
No, I don't think I better try that one. I'm too clumsy.
Alright, so. Alright, we're going downhill. This is going down into some kind of ruins down in here. Look at that, isn't that beautiful?
Break my camera.
Okay, I'll try not to. I'll hold it up in the air. She knows how clumsy I am. I've told y'all that. Told you that. Look at that pretty little flower. I just turned it sideways. Sorry. So we're going down these little rock steps. Go down in here and this is awesome. This is very cool. Look at those rocks right there. They're just kind of laying there. This whole cliff wall was falling at some point. Oh, it's nice and cool down here. Oh, look up there. Isn't that cool? Oh, wow. Look at that. Nice. And then look at the view from here. Oh, my goodness. How beautiful. I'm going to get a picture with my other camera. Hold on. Look at that. That is so amazing. Okay, go down in here and read the sign. It says, a balanced system. Continuous supply of water supports the well's native plants and animals, but why doesn't it overflow? Each day water enters the bottom of this pool and it exits here through the opening to your right. When the well's water swells above this main opening, additional cracks on either side allow it to drain. The water moves through a 150-foot-long underground passageway created by water dissolving the porous travertine. It emerges outside of the well above the wet Beaver Creek. There, prehistoric farmers channeled the water into a canal to irrigate crops. Water takes 7 minutes to flow from here out into the canal at the outlet. The constant flow of water into and out of the well creates a stable system for aquatic plant and animal life. Around 10% of the water turns over each day, replenishing the nutrients that feed both microscopic algae and larger plants along the well's shore, which in turn provide food and oxygen for the well's animals. In a continual input and output of water, a subterranean spring of warm water replenishes the well pond as water exists through porous openings in the limestone cliffs to your right. See? The water level remains constant, and the turnover of new water provides a stable environment for pond life. The well's refreshing water is a draw for wildlife. Another spur off the main trail will take you down to the creek outlet and canal. This is beautiful. Listen to that. You see the source is right over there. Beautiful. It's weird that there's no fish in it, though. I would say it's probably healthy water. I guess the leeches get them. It's really clear, though, and pretty. Look at that. Awesome. Wow. Okay, so that was the Montezuma whale. That was very, very neat. That was very pretty. And now we're headed back to the car. And so hope you enjoyed the Montezuma and the Montezuma whale. Very beautiful places. All just not too far away from Phoenix or Flagstaff. Very beautiful place to go. Alright, we're at another park over here, another national park called the Tuzigoot. Yeah, Tuzigoot National Park, or National Monument. And I'm gonna walk up here. There's some more bushes and trees and stuff to read about, but we'll do that on the way back. Some down that way too. We'll do that on the way back. This is what it is. You've just passed over a waste area from copper smelting called tailings. It's diked and flooded for dust control. Slurried tailings were gravity fed into the area through the redwood pipe. Smelting ceased in 1950. Oh, that's what that place up there is. Here's the visitor center. Some neat plants over there.
I guess we need to go in.
Yeah.
No, I had one, not this.
Oh, they've got along with the National Park Free Day, they've got 15% off any store purchases too.
Did you get it?
I got it on my thing, yeah.
See part of a spear shop.
Tuzigoot.
So that's stuff they use when they hunted.
Look, there's some pottery.
They make clothes.
How pretty.
You know what they use to make clothes?
Missing pieces.
I wonder if they got a water
In the 1930s, workers reassembled these large storage vessels found during the excavation of Tuzigoot. Their repair solutions included using Durham's rock, hard water, putty to fill in missing pieces. In 2006, after being And the bones are used for different things. This is very neat. Life of a gate. In the past, there were broad connections to an area and not so much ownership of resources. All indigenous groups throughout the area and used them. All understood how to survive with what was at hand. Resources are still virtually important to the people, vitally important to the people. Human presence on this landscape started at least 13,000 years ago. People have been here ever since. The Verde Valley has all the right ingredients: water, diverse plant and animal life, important minerals, shelter and building materials, arable land, and natural travel corridors. It is a desirable place to live. Any group could have been self-reliant and sustained by the resources right here. But every group extended their base through trade and travel. The Yavapai traveled seasonally between the pinyon juniper woodlands and the Sonoran Desert to collect varied resources such as pine nuts or saguaro fruit. This is cool. Old things through modern eyes. Baskets and stuff.
That one's cool.
Baskets.
You were a ranger, Jack.
Junior ranger. I want to be a junior ranger.
I mean, like, look at the... So it's 15 off the 40?
Yes.
Oh.
Additional. Oh, that's pretty good, yeah.
Oh, this is nice.
Does that have a pamphlet for this one?
Right here.
Right there.
Right up here.
Right here, Mom.
I can't see. It's so dark in here. You want one too?
Yeah, you can get me one too.
Thank you.
Neat.
All right, Jack, pamphlets and I can know where I've been.
Now we're gonna head up here real quick. We got like 30 minutes, so I think we can make it. They got there what they would have grown here.
That's like they had over the other.
Yeah,
one, they had
corn.
cotton.
This is all the different kinds of corn, and then there's the beans.
Basically the same.
Yeah, and the plants.
Squash.
And that's the squash. Yep. Oh, the flag. It's flopping around up there.
Yeah, this-
Long living, water loving. Oh, look, they got cypress trees. That's neat looking. I wouldn't think that was a cypress tree, but I guess so. Flaky bark and a more conical shape distinguish this native southwestern conifer from its cousin, the juniper tree. Globular, rust-colored cones open when mature, spilling their seeds. The cones age to gray and cling to the tree for years. The scale-like gray-green leaves were antimicrobial properties, useful for fighting infections. Oh yeah, there's some of them. You can see some of the cone things still on there. Oh yeah, way up there you can too, lots of them. Very cool. Very nice. Very, very cool. From rubble to reconstruction. Oh, I guess they had to reconstruct it at some point. An exploration of Tuzigoot Pueblo inspires questions, answering some while provoking others. The story along this trail recounts people both ancient and modern. Along this 1/3 mile loop trail, you will find the remains of a 110-room Pueblo. Its oldest rooms built over 900 years ago. Many have wondered what it was like to dwell here. What happened in these rooms? Who lived here? Why did they leave, and how do we know? Before 1933, this hill seemed strewn with rubble rather than rooms. An excavation led by archaeologists Louis R. Kaywood and Edward H. Spicer revealed some of Tuzigoot's story and rebuilt the Pueblo while giving badly needed jobs to local families in the Great Depression. Their excavations told us about the people who occupied Tuzigoot, but there is still much to learn. Explore these rooms respectfully and stay on the path. Leave what you find and see what you discover. So a lot of it's totally reconstructed. It's down the trail. Snakes. Look at the view though. Isn't that amazing? How beautiful is that? There's the visitor center. We found Shaggy another shady parking spot, so we left him in the car again. It's getting pretty cool out, especially in the shade, so we put him in there. Wow, this is beautiful. My mom went ahead of me and found a spot to sit. She sit down. She's sitting down having her some water. Take nothing but pictures. Leave nothing but footprints. And people did too. They left their footprints there. Just be careful where you leave those footprints. Shouldn't leave any footprints on the sidewalk. People love the verde. Oh, look at that. Isn't that beautiful? That's just a beautiful lake and everything. Wow. This is pretty cool. The view over there. Please stay off the walls. Here's one of the rooms. I got this zoomed in. No? It just seems zoomed. Now that's one of the rooms there. Tells how the rooms would be. An evolving village. From a few rooms on the hilltop to a 110-room pueblo, this dwelling transformed over centuries as increasing numbers of people came together to form the community. The pueblo you see today was not built all at once or with a plan, but instead developed over centuries as the population increased. People changed the size, layout, and functions of the rooms. Here people built a unit of rooms separate from the main pueblo. This created an open plaza area during the final years of construction in the late 1300s. How cool. That's really interesting. This is awesome right here. Look at that. Isn't that neat? This is just awesome. Amazing. The view that you have from here. These people were pretty lucky with their view.
When you get closer, you never like them when I do close.
Yes, I do. Don't zoom in there.
Ready?
Some more of the rooms. The rooms here, way up there. Awesome. Little junior rangers, they're so cute. They've been at all three of the parks we've been to today. They've been everywhere we've been today, little junior rangers. They're so cute. Little Shaggy, he didn't get to come this time. He may be a bark. He's a bark ranger, but he didn't get to come this time. This is kind of hot for him, and there's lots of really, really prickly cactuses, so I didn't want to bring him. Oh, look down in there. That's cool right there. See all the little rooms and stuff. That's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool place to live, I reckon. That's cool. Look at that. That's where we came from. View. Caring for traces of the past. Ongoing preservation treatments. You have to keep on top of it. It'll deteriorate again, especially with everybody climbing on it and everything when they're not supposed to. Alright, almost to the top. Up there looking out. Indian guy. That's what they would have done back then too. Just looked out. Make sure everything was okay. Everything in the neighborhood. That's pretty cool. Oh, there's a bird. Where's he at? In the wall?
Where is he?
It must be in the wall. I hear him.
there under that piece of rock?
No. I don't see him. He must be inside of there. There's a little hole right there. I bet he went inside of there. Huh? Cool. I bet he's in this little hole right there.
There's two. There's one there.
Yeah.
One there.
I bet they're inside those little holes. Sounds cool. It's inside of the hole. Some kind of cliff-dwelling bird. Oh, this is neat. Look at this. Oh, this is awesome. Very, very cool. Look out there. We're inside. We're inside the Pueblo. My battery's about dead. So we're going up here and get a view from the top. Some of the rooms. This is very cool. Oh, they got a fire pole to slide down. That would have been good. They could have done that.
That's what I thought it was.
This is very cool. Look out there. Wow, look at that sky. This is inside the room.
I'm going to have to
It's neat. So I get up here at the top and get a view. I'm going to have to go because my battery's about dead. Oh, look at there. Beautiful. Ah, the view from the top. Observation deck. Farm over there.
They had to carry these rocks all the way up the steps.
Yeah. All right. Aerial view.
Now what is this? This is where they planted their garden.
No, that's where they actually lived. That was the rooms. That was all the rooms down there. And then they farmed out there. See, like over there where they're farming over in that area. Over in there, probably, yeah. Well, they had a lot of farmland over there they could have used.
Yeah, but you got one cloud.
So, this is the top of it.
This is the one cloud.
The Tuzigoot. Down there's the river. So now I'm too far to go for the river. It's pretty awesome. Yep. It's beautiful. Alright. Put my new battery in. This one's going.